welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody has been doing well. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, okay, today. Because I do have to work on Patreon today. So hold on, okay. I do have to work on Patreon today. So what I am going to do, I should have did more adjusting before now. But what I am going to do is talk to you all while I am just getting ready for work. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about I guess because before we get into all the fun stuff on the channel, we're gonna just get into still me, okay? So anyway, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment below. Also, if it's something in particular, like after a video, like if it's, like if you have a question or if you want me to touch base on it a little bit deeper at a later time, definitely let me know, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. All right, so anyway, I have some coffee today. Yeah, because I actually have to work on Patreon, and then I'm going to go to lunch with my bestie, Bree, okay? You guys will meet her too eventually, okay? But anyway, I don't have many friends. I don't have many friends at all. But it's funny how we're starting there, because y'all know how this channel going to go now. We just going to kind of just chat, okay? But I am going to get started on this space in a minute, okay? I don't have anything on it right now. I guess I could go ahead. Well, let me take some coffee. Y'all know as time goes on, y'all going to see that I'm hyper, okay? I'm naturally hyper. I don't need coffee to be hyper. So it just makes it a little worse. But it's not to a point where you won't be able to like stand me. Like I'm not gonna act like my 6-year-old, because she's just like me, like as far as like the dramatics, you know what I'm saying? But she'll be just fine because I'm her mama, okay? And because I know people gonna be trying to do my baby now, and I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with her. Okay, I turned out just fine. Okay, we ain't crazy. We just not fake. Okay, and my baby, she is a little dramatic though. She's definitely gonna do like something in the arts. Okay, so anyway, speaking of that though, my best friend. Okay, first of all, she's an angel. Okay, and I always tell her this all the time. Like, I ain't finna cry today, but for those who like really, believe that, angels are among us, she really is one. But I have to get on her because she hasn't come into her mission yet. She's on it. Like, she didn't know that when she stepped into like my presence that she was actually sent for me. Like, I know that's crazy, but it's a long story, okay? But just in short, okay, I'm friends with the angel, okay? Feathers do flock together. So anyway, it's funny though. Here's a fun fact, because I was just about to get ready to get started on I was going to start talking about not only how I became a mother, like, and it's not going to be just like the breakdown of like all of every single detail of every single thing. This is just going to be a follow-up of my already published book. Okay, for those who are not aware, I am a published author, like I said, okay? Okay, so this book was published 5 years ago, okay? 5 years ago. I dedicated it to my children, okay? And it's self-published by me, okay? Um, Copyrighted 2017, okay? So, but anyway, I released it in 2018. So anyway, so everything that I'm going to say or have said on any of my platforms is already in my book. Okay, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on barnesandnoble.com. Like I say, you also can find it on my website, but order it off Amazon. I know people would generally say, because I actually will pocket more if I say go to my website, but it's not about. You will learn with me. Okay, you will learn. So make your life easier, pay the cheaper price, get it faster by ordering it off Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. Okay, but anyway, so about that, okay, so my best friend, it's funny because I was just telling her, because she just found out. I was like, girl, you know, da 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 da. And she was like, what? So anyway, my best friend actually shares a birthday with my ex-husband, and they also share a birthday with my old best friend. Now, we don't have any bad blood or anything like that. Like, if we see each other today, we'll run up to each other, hey, da da da, and hang out, all of that. Like, it was just, we moved to different cities. My life was going through a new transition. Like, I had my son, and I was, you know, pregnant with my daughter and all of that. Even though, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was actually around when I was pregnant with my daughter. She was actually, both of my best friends were actually, you know, at my daughter's baby shower. I know that is so crazy. And they have the same birthday as well. They share the same birthday with my ex-husband. So let's start there, okay? Which is, should I say it? Should I say it? Let's just put it like this. They all three of them share the same birthday with Brent Fayez. Okay? Cool, right? Okay, cool. And I love that music. I love Brent Fayez music, okay? So that was just a sidebar. Okay? Very talented, very talented. So it's something about them. It's something about them. But that's why God would give you stuff that's like, bing, right in your head, right? Like, okay. So anyway, so you know now, okay, So my ex-husband, let's start there. Lord, okay. So I met my ex-husband when I was 15 years old, okay. I was 15, okay. And you know, I liked him and whatever, blah 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 blah, you know, high school, da 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 da. But he was actually a senior in high school when I was a freshman. But he was young, don't do me, okay? I was 15, he was 17. Don't do it, okay? But anyway, he went to college, da 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 da. Anyway, when he came back home, it's funny though, because then I was a senior, and then he, you know, anyway, we just rekindled, da da da. So we actually were like together for like years, okay? Like, we were together for years, like years, okay? And we did like the roller coaster, we had the runner chaser dynamic, okay? That was our relationship. Like, for real. Yeah, that was our relationship. And but the love was there. I mean, we definitely love each other. It was just, I don't know, it was just something about it. But like, I'm telling you, like, I would, and like, I don't know, okay? I don't know. I can't explain it. But it's like, when we together, it's like super quiet and normal, and then it's like, why is it so quiet and normal? And but anyway, we actually had a great relationship. We were best friends. Like, for real, like, I love my ex-husband. I still love him. Like, I still love my ex-husband. That's no shame in that. Like, because when you truly love a person, you never stop loving them. Facts or no? Okay, it is. Okay, thank you. But that's a prime example though, because just because I love my ex-husband, we're not together. Why, do you ask? Why, Sonya? Why are y'all not together? Okay, so anyway, when we did we were on and off. Like I said, we had the runner chaser dynamic. You know, like for real, for real. Like we did. Call it what you want, whatever. I know he's a soulmate. He's something special to me. Okay. Why am I so random? Anyway, it's the coffee. It's the coffee. But anyway, so hold on. So when it came down to me and my ex-husband, why did we break up? Did my camera? It did. It did like a little funny little. Y'all gotta bear with me because y'all know that's why I need like a camera person. I need a whole crew. Okay, period. And she gonna have that. Okay. Manifestation 101. So anyway, so why are we not together? Why are we not together? Why are we not together? Me and my ex-husband, we actually wanted to have a baby. I'm gonna say, because I'm sure we look at it two totally different ways. We were at a space in our life where, you know, communication just wasn't something that we just couldn't see eye to eye. It doesn't mean that he was wrong. It doesn't mean that I was wrong. It doesn't mean that I was right. It doesn't mean that he was right. We were just, at the time, we got married. Like I said, we did all of these years together, the on and off, the this and that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when it was time, like by the time we both got to a point of seriousness and things like that, then we had the pressure of, I'm not going to say outside influence and things like that, but let's just say we got back together like more times than what people around us would have seen us wanting to get back together. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it became more of a projection towards our union. Okay. With just people that could have been around, like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those things, and that's it. That's why you never tell people your business. Okay. Never tell people your business. Never tell, you know, like, it's okay to have like if you have a confidant, and like I said, I don't have many friends anyway. So if I ever tell any of my friends anything, first of all, I've never had to worry about my true friends saying anything that I've ever told them. And I'll still mention them to this day. You know, you feel me? Like, they've never crossed me, none of that. And I've never crossed them, none of that. You feel me? So you never have to worry about your true crew doing that. Okay? But I don't have very many, so if it ever did leak, though, I would know who or where it came from. Because I don't tell people stuff. I'm just naturally a private person. As loud, it doesn't matter if I'm on every major platform with such and such. No, I want my circle small. I want to be able to trust who I can trust with personal stuff. Everything else, anything that I don't mind things being private, I mean being public, that will be found on a Wikipedia page. You feel me? Like, I don't mind that. Like, name, hometown, like, because you feel me? Why would you hide that? I mean, I got the window up, so you'll hear some outside noise, okay? Let's just go with the natural flow of the day. But anyway, I love this pencil, y'all. I actually did a video testing out this pencil right here, this Revolution pencil. I actually did a video testing it out. And I did this one on one. I haven't edited it yet, but I did this one one eye, and this on the other one. But anyway, I was saying how I prefer regular, like, color pencil type pencil, brow pencils, because I can sharpen them and get them, I could get the point that I want with them, versus like this click up. I don't know if you can see it, but you see how this one has like a click up, right? Okay. And then this one has more of like you see how sharp it is. Anyway, it just makes for a better brow. But anyway, so it wasn't, like I said, me and my ex-husband, we did not divorce for infidelity. We did not divorce because of, I mean, we just didn't have those kind of issues. We didn't have money issues. It was more emotional. It was more of like an emotional thing, for us. And it was more so, I feel like we divorced for like to go into separation. I don't think it wasn't, like I said, I was 20 when we divorced, 26. So I was 26 years old. And like I said, you know, you just kind of at an age, you know, not where, you know, it's so much to the story. Like, you know, I had just taken a job, like a management job in another city, in another state. By the time the multiple miscarriages that we had, like, so it was like I said, like we were kind of like at our point, like emotionally, to where neither one of us, it was, you know, I'm gonna just say I divorced, okay, because I filed. So it's some, I don't regret it, but if I could redo it, I would have stayed married longer. I still wouldn't know. We would still never know. I just would have stayed married longer. And he was the type of personality, like we the same. We really the same person. We just got different faces, and like we're the opposite of each other. Okay, we're the same, but we have like the same, like our problem. I don't know if we can call it a toxic trait, but our toxic trait is the same. If you wanna go, go. Like that's just where we at with life, and that's not healthy. But it is. So I don't, you know, that's what, you know, I feel like that's something where, you know, how your parents, the old heads, would be like, it's like a double-edged sword. Like we could be petty. Okay. And I feel like that's just what it was. Like, I feel like he was in a state where he was like more so hurt by it, but his hurt, like I said, look up the birthday. His hurt is a different kind of hurt, okay? But it's cold. It's a cold hurt. You feel me? Like, you're gonna know, when you, like, if you cross him, you're gonna know. He gonna just tell you, probably. I'm telling you now. But anyway, like I said, we were both young. I mean, because if I was 25, he had just turned 28, or just about to turn 28. He hadn't turned 28 yet. So, no, if I was 26, yeah, he was 28. He was about to turn 29. But anyway, we have been trying to have a kid and everything like that. And, you know, the pressures of like, or wanting something and not getting it, you know, it could really weigh, you know, like I said, all marriages do not end and dissolve due to cheating or all of the other things that people may get divorced from. We didn't divorce for that. We didn't divorce due to lack of love. We didn't divorce due to cheating. We didn't divorce due to any of that. I just was at a point where I wanted to focus on my career. Okay. I had just, like, I had my last miscarriage, like, because we had a lot of losses. So, I mean, we were actively trying to have a kid. So, but I was in my management training program to be the sales manager because, you know, me being me, you know, it's in my nature. Like I said, I'll start projects, I'll start things, I don't finish it. Even he would tell me that, like, you want to do this one week, and then the next week you don't want to do it no more. And then you want to do this next month. So I understand his frustration. I always could see it from his point of view. Even then, I could see his frustration with me. Like, I could see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want to do something and then I would change my mind. Like, that's just how I was. But now, you know, like, I'm just at that point. Now I'm doing things, and when I don't even want to do it. If I feel like I'm not going to finish it, if I feel like it's not that much interest in it, I don't do that anymore. I have to see the longevity in everything that I'm doing. Okay. So by the time we got back together, the last time we got together, I just felt like he had little faith in me to really follow through, which I understood. I understood that. Okay. So when I went and I'm like, you know, I want to go after this position. I want to do this. I'm going to take this job out of state. Just imagine, like, okay, so now this week you want something like that. But everything that I did, we did discuss now. I'm not going to just take I was in this management training program for 6 or 8 months. It was pretty long. Like, I was in this training program for a long time, okay, to become this retail sales manager. So it was pretty lengthy. But anyway, one of the conditions of the program was you couldn't like miss days or something like that. Like, you had to be, because you were training to become somebody's boss. You know what I'm saying? And I worked at it was a major department store. So, you know, of course, me being like, you have to actually go through this program and actually interview. Like, so they take not only how you did in the program, but you have to interview with these managers at these that are already store managers at the other locations to see if you can get a job as being their sales manager. Okay. And usually if you'll go through the program, you do everything as you should, and you're, you know, ambitious and everything like that. If you got it in you, you got it in you. But usually at the end of the program, you should be able to, you know, get you a job, secure a job somewhere. So anyway, I was excited about this, but like I said, I went through the management program and I had to miss days due to a miscarriage. So, and you know, my store manager, you know, she was pretty, you know, she was, you know, like, you know, like, she just had like, she showed me, you know, sympathy and things like that. But she, you know, she was just basically like straight up with me. She said, look, like, I know you're married, like, because we had just gotten married, not like as long as we have been together. We had just got married the year before, like right when I started working for the company, period. And anyway, I just found a liking to what I was doing. So I wanted to take it serious. But even she told me, she said, listen, she was like, just try. I know you can't help it, but she said, try not to miss any more days in the program. Because she said, I really see the potential in you really being able to secure a spot. And, you know, at a store. So to actually have, you know, this position. And so we basically talked about, you know, not trying to get pregnant anymore. And so, you know, I just went full throttle into what I was trying to, you know, get done, like getting out of this management program, you know what I'm saying? And trying to pass, you know, and secure something for us. But anyway, like I said, the emotions got into it. You know, I feel like it was just a level of, you know, bitterness. And like I said, you know, just being unhealed from it. I pretty much buried the losses in my work. I had found me a new baby, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just feel like I've always had like a beast mode work ethic. And I've actually found something that I like, because in retail, it's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love it. I love it that I could display just how great I am with numbers. And it's something that really matters though. Like it's not like working on YouTube. It's like actual, like where it really matters, like where the economy actually, you know what I'm saying, like people's lives actually get changed and things like that, you know. Like anyway, I just love my job, but that put strain on my marriage. I got to a point where I started loving my job more than I love my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Not more than I love my husband, more than I love my marriage. You feel me? So we would have been better off if we probably didn't get married. We probably would have still been together. We would have got back together. But I feel like the hurt from the divorce really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that may have, you know, done a number on him, you know, because like I said, he's not one to show his emotion. He masks his emotions. Like he'll rather not feel it, so he's not gonna address it. He's not gonna. But you know, I'm the same way. I'm just a little bit more emotional. Like he used to call me crybaby. So like I said, we're opposites. Like we triggered each other. What would y'all define that as? We triggered each other. So bad. But we loved each other. We just triggered each other because the things that he would say, basically, in short, would be like, he'll be like, grow up. And then I'll be like, grow up. You feel me? But, or you're mean. And he'll be like, cry baby. And I say, you're mean, you know. But anyway, that was just it. Like I said, you know, my marriage. So we dissolved the marriage because, you know, we had a home. And, you know, in our city, we had a home already. You know, our home was already completely paid for. We picked it out together. And that's, you know, I had an easy life where I was. You know, I had an easy life. That's why I say, you know, the path that, you know, that you may be going on may be a little bit more difficult. So, why my eyebrows looking sideways? But I'm finna fix them. This one is a little higher. But anyway, it's because I'm talking to y'all. They still fat. They perfect shape. They just, one's higher than the other one. I was like in it deep. And I'm telling you, nothing that I'm saying can or would be denied. Because why? Because it's the truth, you know? So, but I was in church a lot. So when I was having my moments, I was having those moments where it's like, so what now? Because, you know, I'm feeling hurt. My husband's feeling hurt. Like, I want both. But it's putting so much strain on my marriage. So it was either me quit my job, go back to my home, and get a different job, a lesser job, and go back to square one and figure it out. In life, just go back to, you know, like, and who knows, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted us not only to be happy, I wanted a career. I did want us to have a baby. Like, we would have been able to do that. Like, I was seeing a specialist in the state that I lived in. Like, my new doctor was actually, like, credentialed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we were moving in the right direction, but we as two individuals felt distant in the same bed. So, and it's not that, it was just life got to life and things got real, you feel me? Like, and I just didn't want, like, my body had done, I felt like if I had to say anything about my ex-husband, because I really do, I love my ex-husband. To this day, I love my ex-husband. And I tell anybody that I talk to, I don't know if that make people feel some kind of way, but I tell anybody that I talk to, I ain't got no beef with my ex-husband. I love my ex-husband. We just weren't right for each other at that time. You know what I'm saying? He went on to, you know, live his life, and I went on to live mine. But the only thing that I could say, that at that time in my life, I felt very fragile. Because losing babies is not easy. Getting pregnant and then getting excited and then, you know, going to go get your ultrasound. And then they're like, I'm sorry, it's not viable. It's like a, really? So anyway, anywho, okay, because ain't nobody getting emotional on here today, child. But the only thing I would have to say is like, you know, I just feel like I said, you know, he could call me too sensitive and I could say he was too cold. I feel like sometimes, and I could chalk that up to him being a man, but I don't know. I just feel like they just don't get it sometimes, you know? It's everything they're just not going to get. And I feel like I could have been tougher, but the thing is, everything that my ex-husband used to tell me, like, you know, about me being sensitive or, you know, about me, you know, like, my feelings being easily hurt, it's still the same. But I never learned my strength until after our separation. Okay, so that's where the story gets good. Okay, so I could have been patient, and me and my ex-husband, we could have grew together, right? We could have grew together as a couple. We could have, you know, I feel like we could have been, we just would have reached heights in our relationship where, you know, we both had some growing to do, but we could have done it together. I do believe we could have done it together. And that's why I actually have a blog, a written blog on my website. And I forget the name of it. But I actually say that about, you know, if you can save your marriage, if you can work things out, work it out. If it's healthy there though. If it's healthy, you'll know if it's healthy. Because either way, we still have to make some changes in our marriage. But it wasn't toxic or lack of love to the point where we should have gotten a divorce. Okay, which I actually state that in my written blogs. Let me see. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find the name of it, and I may just tag it below in the what's the name if I can find it. Let's see, published. But I actually say that if you can make it work, you know, consider counseling, consider other things and things like that. But don't give up on your marriage. Okay. Okay, yeah. It's called Forgive Yourself. It was done November 7th, 2018. So I'll post this. It's on my website. I'll post it if you want to read it. Like I said, everything that I'm saying here is it's all been documented, and later on you'll see why. Because if you don't document stuff, like, boy, you could be buried. Okay, you will be buried. And sometimes your work will speak for itself if you just keep working. Like, and I'm glad I did I would redo some things, but like I said, like, it's just one of those things where everything happens for a reason. And that was my leap of faith moment. I was having my moment of, it was either stay married, go home, quit my job, go stay married, or go on my soul's journey and go be who God wanted and intended me to be without all the, but it would cost me because things get tough and you just never know how tough it's going to get until you're there. Okay. Cause it's a hard life. When you really like, oh Lord, use me. And I was at that point because I had been churching. Let me see something. I want to see something. All right. So anyway, this is my Bible. All right. This is actually and I already have on my other YouTube channel. I already had a video explaining, this was my 25th birthday to myself, 25th birthday gift to myself. I bought a personalized Bible for myself when I turned 25 years old. It was the only thing that I got for myself. That's the only thing that I wanted. I wanted a personalized Bible, but I'm trying to see something here. Because like I said, I spend a lot of time with my Bible when I just want to see if something's still in it that I left in it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Anyway, but like I said, I had to justify doing what I was doing. So me and God had to talk about it. And boy, oh boy, it was hard, but here we are. So just know that you will go through trials and tribulations. It don't matter how close you are to God. If it's hard while you close to him, imagine how hard it is when you don't have a relationship with him. That's why I preach to the choir. Like, you better get your life right. You better get right. You better make sure you know what I'm saying? Because God is a forgiving God and merciful too. But don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay? And just make sure you bought that life. All right. Anyway, it's not in here. But I had an old ultrasound. Let me see. Let me see. I had an old ultrasound from one of my pregnancies in here. And but I remember making a post with the ultrasound. And I remember it. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 5. Yeah. Anyway, I remember where it was. It's not in there. I took it out. So anyway, goodness gracious. I don't know. We might have to do a part 1 and a part 2. But anyway, so I went on to do what I was going to do in life. Okay. So I filed for divorce, did that. We didn't talk. I mean, we were both hurt. We just didn't talk. We just went on and moved on with our lives and things like that. And then, boy, oh boy, just be careful what you ask for, because I met the father of my children. What? Ooh, so just remember, when the Lord trying to keep you, you gonna go on a ride, okay? You gonna go on a ride if you want to be let loose, okay? So anyway, I filed for my divorce. Okay, I met the father of my child. I actually was coming home. I was coming back home to visit a church in my city. Okay, so I was coming back home. Anyway, my sister and her sister-in-law invited me to like a party. They wanted me to go to go to this party or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm coming home to just go to a church. Because at that time, like I said, baby girl was churching hard. Okay. Like, call me the Bible thumper princess. Okay. Okay. Don't play with her. She was not one of them. Okay. So anyway, so I come home to just visit a church or whatever, because every Sunday I would travel. Like, even when I lived in Georgia, like, I would travel to like the adjacent city, and I would literally drive 30 minutes just to go, and I'm talking about like just 30 minutes, like one way, just to go to somebody else's church, just to see, like, well, what you talking about this Sunday? Because I'm one that I have to be fed. I don't go to church to go to church. So, y'all, if they ain't talking about nothing, yeah, my veil is nothing there. It ain't. It's definitely nothing there now. But it wasn't a veil then either. Like, I have to be spiritually fed. I have to feel like when I leave, I had to feel like, ooh, I just done got so so much, like, and I'm not you're gonna be such and such, such and such, and somebody prophesying and they boosting your head up. Not saying that you can't, because you do need to be fed. That's a good projection. But anyway, just I'm more of like a realistic type of, like, break down this word to me and make it make sense to me. Like, I go in there like with a motive of like, okay, I want to, like, let's talk about this right here. Like, okay, I like that. Like, and then I'm good into, I'm like, oh, I like that. Oh, and then you, not only did you hit the word, like, you got some extra to go with it. What? Just, I'm telling you, like, for real, that's where I was in life. Okay, but here we go. Because I'm in town to visit a church, I meet my baby daddy. Just be mindful. I feel like we need to do a part 2. Anyway, so that's the end, okay? That was the end of that, you know, of that part. I think I am going to start a part. Should I do a part 2? I'll let y'all, I don't know. I wonder what y'all saying when y'all get to this point of the video. Is y'all gonna either see that there's more to this video based off the time of it, or y'all know a part 2 coming? Let's go ahead and do it. So anyway, so after I told my sister and her sister-in-law, no, I don't want to go to no house party. No, I don't want to go to no house party. No, I'm here just to go to church tomorrow. That's the only reason I'm here. That's the only reason I'm in town. You wouldn't even be looking at me in the physical if I wasn't coming to go to this church tomorrow. And that legit was the truth. Like, for real. Like, everybody knew it. Come on, let's go to this house party. Be mindful of peer pressure. Look at it. If they watch this, they're going to be like, nah, heifer. Okay, but still, no, I'm for real. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I did consent and got in the car with them. Why? Why did I get in the car with them? What would possess me to get in the car with them? But anywho, so we go to the party. Anyway, my baby daddy's standing there now. And he ain't gonna dispute none of this either. I don't know what, nobody, I don't lie. So nobody disputes what I say. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, my baby daddy knew about my book before it got released. And he is the star in it. Okay? He's the key person in the majority of the book. So, and it's very short, and I don't put any names in my book for legal reasons, because when okay, just be mindful of if you ever mention people's name. Now, if it's true, that's another story. All of this is true, but just for future, just for any confusion ever, 90 pages. It's 90 pages. It's short. So anyway, but he's not going to dispute any of this. I feel like it's not like when I first did my book, or when I first started blogging and things like that, and telling about my situations, because they're my situations. One thing that people don't have to realize is when you telling your story and they so happen to be a part of it, if they want to be a part of your key big moments, which is having kids, and if they want to be a part of those big moments in your life, you got to stand on what place you held in it. You know what I'm saying? Because me telling my story is me telling about me. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not just telling this person's story, like what happened. I'm not victimizing myself. I'm not like I said, this book is over 5 years old. If anybody's new, if you're just meeting me in the past 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, this book is 5 years old. It was written 6 years ago. You see what I'm saying? I started writing when I was pregnant with my daughter. She's 6. She's 6 years old. Like, it's, so it's very old. This is old information. It's old truth. It's not even new truth. It's old truth. Okay. So anyway, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, let me get this other. I got stuff to do. Anyway, I met him. We talked a little bit about, I forgot what we even said. I want to say I even hit him with a Bible verse or something. I think I told him that I got a great eyelash too. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's gray. I don't know if you can see it. You see it? Mm-hmm. Yep. And anytime it fall out, it come, or I pull it out with these lashes, it comes right back in. Anyway, y'all don't judge me the way I'm doing this, okay? Trying to talk and do this at the same time. I'm struggling here. Anyway, I don't want to mess it up, So anywho, let me go ahead and prep these real lashes for the fake ones in a minute. So I believe, like, he did know I was in town to go to church. He knew. I told him, I was like, oh, they wanted me to come here, so I'm just here. Because they drugged me out. And I think it's something. We talked about something. Anyway, he was like, uh-oh, something like that. Because I hit him with a Bible verse or something. I'm telling you, I don't play with her because she one of them, baby. But he was like, uh-oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we exchanged numbers and whatnot, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And anyway, he told me he had, when we did talk, a little bit later or something like that, because he in just that time he told me that he was ex-Marine, okay, and I'm like, okay, no, not the Lord done sent me who I'm gonna be with this soon, right? So anyway, so he said he had 3 daughters, okay, which he had 3 daughters and a son. And then I remember asking him, like a week or so later, I was like, have you ever been married? He said, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Like past tense, I have been. And then fast forward to like 2 months later, I was pregnant. Or no. Yeah, no. Fast forward to like this was November. I found out I was pregnant in December. So fast forward to a month later, I was pregnant. Yep. I was pregnant. I was freshly divorced, finalized divorce, and pregnant. Okay? By somebody I barely even knew. Okay? So, anyway, after that, I remember the day I told him I was pregnant, he just was like, wow. Wow. He did like wow for like a whole 5 minutes straight on the phone. Right? Because mind you, he lived where I was from, not where I went. Okay? So, and the timelines do not overlap at all as far as I did not meet this man at all, you know, because my timeline like happened so fast. People assume, because me and my husband were both very private people, so the moves we made, we didn't go announcing like, hey, just in case anybody's wondering, we're getting a divorce. Hey, just in case anybody wanted to know, it's finalized. We just don't move like that. People didn't find out I was pregnant until I was like 3 months. That's when I announced. I didn't even tell my family until I was 11 and a half weeks. So only one of my cousins knew. Okay. She's one of my favorite cousins. She's somebody I could trust with like my life too. Like I don't trust many people with information. I just don't. And y'all gonna see why. I'm telling you. As this story goes on. You know. It used to be it. I've been like this from the time I was like a child though. Like, because I had to learn how to, because I was like super hyper, like my daughter. Like I had to learn, like it was just part of my raising, like, you know, old heads will be like, you know, how kids can be childish and things like that. So I kind of just had to like kind of learn how to grow up and like sit down, be quiet. So I just kind of remained that way. Like just dealing with all the different things that has happened to me, like going through school. And I was never bullied or anything like that. But that doesn't take away the fact of people being malicious or two-faced, or, you know what I'm saying? You know, all the high school drama, middle school, high school drama, and things like that, right? So anyway, I'm freshly pregnant. And then that's when he drops the bomb on me and mentions something about his wife. And he says that they're not divorced. Like legit, I didn't find this out until after I was already pregnant, that he was married. So that's when he tried to spring it on me because of something. I don't know. I guess to just let me, I mean, I don't know. Because how do you not, you know what I'm saying? I guess he was figuring it out in his head. But he mentioned something and said, well, we are legally separated, but we're not divorced. That's what I got. And I'm like, and that's when my life was like, what? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely was bamboozled. Okay. But I did it to myself. I am to blame because, you know, and he knows my situation. He's always knew my situation. Like he knew I had just come out of a marriage. He knew, like he knew I was the only one telling the truth in our situationship, you know. And I didn't find this out until I was ghosted at the hospital a week before I had my son, because I thought I was gonna go into labor. Like we were able to. That's a whole nother thing. Like I said, it's in the book. Grab your copy. So, but anyway, he was able to, you know, keep it quiet, which my sister, they had already been telling me, like, I don't know, Sonya, because from what is people saying, the streets, round the way. That's why I said sometimes what people saying could be true, you know, and I'm like, no, there's no way, because da da da. Meanwhile, he didn't get service in his house. That's what he said. And I went along with it. I don't know. I don't know how. My illusion was so deep. It really, like, now me being who I am today, it really makes me think deeper. Like, how was I so, like, sleep? You see what I'm saying? Like, how did all of that go like above my head? Like, it really makes me like, for real, I be just like really tripping. Like, really? Like, even when I think back on it, I'm like, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? But he went to great lengths. He went to great lengths. You know what I'm saying? To ensure that I was convinced. So if he needed to come spend a day with me from time to time, because who married and not checking for where they spouse at on the regular? Like, so you just ain't coming home today? Huh? Huh? You just ain't coming home. Okay. So it was kind of weird. But then as time went on, I figured out like they were in a weird place anyway, just due to his other things that he had going on. So anyway, so that's that. So they just happen to be in a weird place and all of that. And then, you know, but like I said, I got, when he like, we were cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had times and moments, like, he pretty much, like, his whole thing was, you know, his divorce was being drug out by his wife and things like that. And she wouldn't, like, let him leave or something like that. I mean, like I said, I mean, like, I don't know what the story was, and I really don't care, but it's just messy altogether. Because Lord have mercy, like, it just is a prime example of how some people could get divorced amicably, and because they respect the person enough. Like, that's why I could still sit up here and I could say, oh, I love my ex-husband. Oh, there was no blah, 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 except for my immaturity, my this, my that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know the difference, like, of, like, loving and trusting. And I mean, I know I get the stick beside him, the stick beside her energy as well. I understand that. But you got to know when you know what I'm saying? Like, I just basically got brought into somebody else's, like, mess, basically. That's basically what it is. Because I was, like, legit, like, reeled in. Okay? To a situation that was just all a facade. All it was an illusion, and it was just a good time for one of the parties. And my life was just not important enough to say, let me tell the truth, or let me not let her, you know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show you, I had a first-hand experience on, you better love you or nobody else will. So anyway, that's that. Okay. But anyway, how we ended up with 2 kids together. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, people like, what? And that's what I get asked all the time. Like, people even, like, you know, and this would be like some of the old heads in my family, like women. They'll be like, dang, was it that good? Like, how you managed to fall for it twice? I mean, my baby daddy, they've been divorced 3 times from his wife. Just to lie to me. Okay? Like, I know, I laugh about it now. And that's just because, like I said, over the years, you know, I've gained strength to be able to talk about it. And, you know, more so laugh it off. And because I know the reason behind it, and I know what God was trying to teach me. Because when we go through those kind of lessons like that, and we go through, well, how much do you want it? Because I could have easily, like I said, I considered abortion for my son. It's all in the book. Everything, you would not gain anything new that's not already written. Unless it's about other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the major things. You won't gain anything new. You're going to get the gist of everything in the book. So like I said, all of this is this is nothing new. This is not like a moment. It's in the book. Okay. Other people already had this moment. Now, if you're new here, yeah. But if you're not, yeah, it's not new. But Anyway, so I actually had dated somebody else, because I wasn't dealing with, his crap or something like that. I think I had just found out that he had another kid or something like that. And when I met him, he had 3 kids. And then what? 2 years later, less than a year and a half later, that 3 turned into 5 and my 1. So 6. Right? Okay. Yeah. Thank God for the grace, right? So anyway, because things definitely could have been worse. For sure. So anyway, since I am the person I churched for so long, like I was still active. Still. Okay. So I believe in forgiveness, and I do believe that people really can change their life around. Okay. I feel like, I just didn't want to lose hope in the man. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally was my unconditional love for him that scarred me. Okay. But I don't want you to be discouraged from loving someone unconditionally. You got to love you unconditionally first, because I should have been choosing me over him. But I was choosing his potential, and I know God's grace and forgiveness myself. So I just wanted to be that same person to him, and because I felt like he was in a trap place, but later on I came to realize that no, and maybe he is, I don't know. I would never know, but you got to stand on something though. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all there is to it. You can't sit up here and play with other people's emotions and feelings, because you need to heal something within yourself. And that's basically what it is. There was no like regard to how I would feel in my livelihood, because I told him I was like, because I was like, I wasn't having no more kids for a while, but like I love my son so much, and he brought so much joy to my life, and like work was going good and things like that, and I was just at a good place in my life. And somehow we like reconnected, like it's in the book. We kind of like reconnected again, and he had told me that him and his wife, like in the time that they had done finally decided to go their separate ways. That's what he said. It's in the book. With receipts. The book actually has receipts in it too. Okay. It ain't just my word. Because I'm telling you, when you've been mishandled enough, don't delete none. Nothing. And I am the don't delete nothing queen. Okay? I don't have anything to hide. Okay? As far as this situation is concerned. That's why I take care of my kids. I take care of my responsibilities, because it takes 2 to tango. It still doesn't change the fact of how they got here. My kids got here due to lies. I wouldn't have kids with this particular person had they told the truth. Facts. Okay? So the second time, like I found out, like him and his wife were not together, like I said. He actually sent me a copy of the finalized divorce papers. It's in the book. Okay. And I found out from his wife this time, because every time I found out any piece of the truth, it never was from him. And that's something that it took me years to realize. Like, you know what? All of the moments where you're just like, it's not that. And that's why I said, like, even while I was working yesterday, I actually said on my other platform, I actually said that. I said, sometimes it's just best for you to just tell your own, because the truth always gonna come out, especially when God really fool with you like that. Like, it ain't gonna take really no time for you to know, because all that stuff did happen fast. My kids are only 2 years apart. They're not 2 years apart. They're 1 year, 11 months, and 29 days apart. 28 days apart. 28 days apart. 1 year, 11 months, 28 days apart. 11. Okay? That's the gap in age. So, anyway, so I take responsibility for my part that I play in it. That's why I don't play a victim. I do all of what I do. I have all of what I have due to hard work, a lot of sacrificing, my time, my money, my money. I wish I had my mic hooked up, because baby, yeah, okay, my money. Ain't no living lavish over here. You know what I'm saying? Don't no extra get thrown in my house. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. All right? So, anyway, just know it's hard. So, make sure you know who you dealing with. If y'all, dealing with people, make sure you know who you dealing with. That's not everybody. I mean, everybody, I was meant to encounter, the father of my children because I was on my journey. It was part of my lesson. It was part of something for me to be able to teach from. It was an experience. The hard road that I chose, when it came down to it, like, stay married, work on it, be patient, which is one of my biggest tests. Be patient, stick it out longer, the situation will improve. I could have had a little bit more hope in my marriage. That same hope that I just kept giving to the father of my children was the same hope I should have had in my marriage. And this is something that I already know. People don't have to tell me that. I'll never have to know. That's why people don't have to correct me when it comes down to my situation, because, when I first started telling parts of my story, of course I was come for. You're going to be come for. People are going to come for you, and they're going to take it personal. Okay? Like, I won't even say me and the wife exchange words really, but like I said, it's more of a thing where there's just an understanding, like, listen, baby, it ain't no excuse that you can make for this human. Now, because, at some point, I feel like her hurt. I don't know if it was hurt. I don't know what it was. I'm going to say hurt, though. But I feel like at some point, her hurt was projected towards me, like me being the problem, me being because I was telling my story. Like, it was, you trying to da 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 da, and, or like I'm trying to, oh yeah, she made it like I was trying to shame someone. And all of this happened, like, it's in the book. I mean, it's in the book. So, but like I said, there's no names in this book. So unless she's over there raising hands, says she's talking about me, nobody would know. So, anyway, but people who did know like the people who were in the close camps of either my life or his life, they did know who he was. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if she was just speaking just more so on embarrassment on her end or what. Like, but that still don't change the fact that this is my story. Like I said, you can't just walk into somebody's life and just think that you're gonna turn it upside down. I was already a writer before I met your husband, who I never knew you existed until I was already pregnant with your husband, baby. How am I to blame? So make sure when you with somebody that you're not misplacing blame when your person step outside the relationship. Multiple times. Because mind you, we have 2 kids, not 1. And those fake divorce papers, they literally had signatures from our city clerk, from the judge, one of the judges in our city. I'm pretty sure that's not legal. I'm pretty sure. But I'm to blame? It's something like that. That you want to play a victim? I'm not playing a victim. I'm telling my story, though. That's what this is. Like, and she, you know, like I said, so be mindful of the projections that may come towards some of you all when you do want to tell your story. What do I always say? If you're going to tell your story, do it tastefully. Do you something with it. I wrote this book so that one day, because I'm not the mother that, like, I don't blast their dad to my kids. They're not even of age to even understand it yet. But one day, they're going to get older. And they're going to take this book and they're going to do something great with it. One of my genius kids, probably going to be my son, because my daughter, I don't know. It's hers to do what she want to do with it. Okay? What they inherit is what they inherit, and they can use it however they please. Okay? But they'll know the true story of how mommy met daddy. They don't get it right now. They don't get it. Okay? And I won't tell them right now, because it's just, why would I do that? When they get older, they'll ask. They're very smart kids. But, like I said, I just feel like she just impulsively, you know, like just kind of came for me. And the thing about it is I actually understand. Like, I can empathize with her. Like, I get it. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't even imagine, like, if it was my husband, like, I would be devastated. But I would have also been divorced. You don't want this marriage? You don't want it that bad, my friend? I mean, because my daughter is planned. So we talking about the married man planning a baby with me. But like I said, there's fake divorce papers. But she told me when I was three months with my daughter. I was 3 months pregnant with my daughter. It's crazy though, because I was actually getting ready to go to my cousin's baby shower. Actually, the cousin that I was just telling you, like, that knew that I was pregnant. So fast forward, she's the only family member that knew that I was pregnant with my son. Fast forward to me pregnant with my daughter. I'm going to her baby shower. That day is when I found out. Like, but I was so numb. Like, I was so numb from it all that I was just, I didn't process it. I want to say I went and told my mom, like, after the fact, but I was still processing. I'm like, and that's when I wrote my very first blog post that kind of got the most traction ever. It was called Third Time's the Charm. It's on my website as well. And it was just running down. That was when people knew that, wow. Like, I'm pregnant with my second child by a married man who has been divorced from the same woman multiple times to still be married to the same woman multiple times. Just to be close to me, be near me, to have sex with me. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But still, at the end of the day, it just seemed better. Like, let's just cast her out, make her appear like she's the issue. Because imagine if I never even said anything. Imagine if I never wrote my book. And that's why I'm happy. That's why when you're being called to do something, do it. You need to do it. And it don't have to be like, as far as like a creative project, but whatever it is that you're being called to do, whether it's go get your own bank account, change jobs, or do this or do that. You need to be doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, or you need to be doing, because in the end of it all, you're going to wish you had. You're going to wish you had did it, because if my book wasn't timestamped and copyrighted and published and released in 2018, all of what I would be saying right now would sound like a whole bunch of bullshit. Why she saying it now? Ain't the kids 6 and 8? She already said it. She already said it. Yeah, but anyway, I don't bother my baby father. I gave him the peace of his life. I'm the type of person where I always wanted that from him. If you don't want me, don't talk to me. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. For real. Go ahead and free yourself. Go ahead, Fantasia. Okay? No, but for real. Like, I've always been that type of person. I don't chase. And somehow that became the storyline. No, I could leave that man alone, baby. Because I don't want nobody who don't want me, number one. And I don't want no liar. I don't want no cheat. Like I said, every time he come to me, I'm like, oh, redemption, look at you. You have been delivered. Okay, well, we have a kid together. Maybe that was, all of it was God's plan. Like that, okay, we could maybe possibly work it out, da-da-da-da-da-da. But it all was a lie. I'm telling you, it took us, like, even when we planned my daughter, I really feel like he just felt like I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. Like, because we literally only had sex one time. Like, for real. Like, I remember the day and everything. It's in the book. But I remember the day and everything. And, because I'm very in tune with my body. I knew I was ovulating. You know what I'm saying? Rewind, go back to the person who was actually actively trying to have kids with her husband. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, but I really feel like I just think that it's very important, you know, like I said, well, that's pretty much the gist of it. I got pregnant the one time we had sex, and I feel like that was, once again, God, because that could have been blocked. It could have. It could have. It didn't have to take, but it did. It did. Like, literally, we had sex one time. And I don't know if it's just because he just wanted, because it had been a long time since we had. And I said, no, I want a kid again, and da-da-da. And he's like, you know what? I've been thinking about that. Just because you want another kid, I want another kid. But you got to realize that could have been something where I just hit it one more time, and then I'm out of there again. Ghost. But I was pregnant. I sure was. That's why I said, you build your relationship with God and watch how you start getting freaked out a little bit by things that happen. But you got to be willing to take the consequences that come along with your actions, because every action has some kind of consequence or return on it. Okay? So just make sure that you know what you got going on. Okay? 9 months later, my daughter was born. Okay? That's actually how the book started. Let me see. August 14th, 2027. She was beautiful with a head full of black hair. She weighed 6 pounds, 5 ounces, and I couldn't have been more in love. She knew me from the moment I opened my mouth. They took her away as they sealed my open womb up. I remember being anxious to hold my little girl, for it had been such a long journey. And then the book goes back to November of 2014 when I met their dad. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I got stuff that I got to do, but let me go ahead and finish this. So just make sure if it's something that you need to do, you need to be doing it. You need to be getting up and doing what you got to do to handle your business. Don't stay attached to someone just because they out of sight. You feel like they out of mind. Go take them folks off of your stuff. Go take them. Y'all sharing the same certificate together, a marriage certificate together. So if you end up in the hospital or something like that, they the person that pulled the plug on you. Y'all been living y'all life separately, but they can't wait till you die. They finna call you. That's your husband or wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all the details, like I said, and I ain't doing no bash my baby daddy campaign, so let's not do that, okay? It ain't never been a bash my baby daddy campaign. But the way I have to stand on my actions, he definitely has to stand on his. You feel me? Like I said, I don't have a 2-income household. Like, I literally have my income, okay, and a little piece of something that someone who is not the father of my kids could be giving me. Like, that's how little it is. You would think it would be more, but it's not. Okay? So what you see around here is me. In case anybody's wondering. Okay? It's not much. Like I said we'll get more into it as time goes on, but it's not much because of the choices that I made at some point in time, and I won't sell out. Trust me, I've had offers. Lots of them. I could have been remarried 5 times by now. Okay? And I could have been living a quiet, being cheated on, being treated any kind of way, not being the great person that I want to be in life type of person. I could have settled a long time ago and had a 2-income household. So once again, I live this life because I choose to live it every day until what's deserving of my time, my energy is, until I have mutual respect and reciprocated love, I'd rather be single. And that's what I've been. I haven't dated in over a year. Like, I haven't went on one date. I've been working. I've been building. I've been trying to have something so that when I'm no longer here, my biggest thing is trying to leave something behind that my children could be proud of. Like I said, I could be gone tomorrow, and I've left behind enough where they can trail it back when they're adults to find their mom and still carry on my legacy. Okay? So that was pretty much my whole goal. So I feel like I've accomplished the goal in life. We just adding to the empire. Okay? We just adding to what we already have. And it's been years long. That's why I said I'd never been one to want instant fame, instant gratification. I could have did this a long time ago, not tastefully. Honey, went viral one good time and kept talking, but no. I wanted to do it gracefully. I wanted to do it with taste, because you still should be able to tell your story, and nobody should silence you from telling your story, because if you're going to live that role, you have to play that part. Like I said, my daughter was playing. She was no mistake. And my son was all a part of God's plan. So, just like I said, just know who y'all dealing with. But let me know, like, if y'all have, if y'all had like some, I'm sure some of y'all had some, I want to hit this nose again. Hold on, I'm sure, I swear, and then my allergies, they'll start acting up as soon as I have very sensitive skin as well. Allergies, okay. So, but anyway, so breathing in all these different products and things like that, they do somewhat, like, they mess with me a little bit, okay. But I'm gonna wear it anyway, because that's just what it is. Anyway, this is my foundation, Clinique Even Better, okay. And this NARS concealer is very good, okay. This one is in ginger. This my Clinique is also in ginger, okay. I always buy these. I swear by them. Same one. When this one runs out, I'm gonna get another one that looks just like it. It's the same one. It's CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume, okay. The NARS, you probably can find it anywhere. I get that NARS from Ulta, the Clinique, Ulta, CoverGirl, any drugstore, Walmart. I also got this primer. It's from Ulta. It's the Ulta brand. Okay. The highlighter that I'm using is Revolution Roxy. Okay. And it's cute. It's my contour and highlighter. I haven't even put on the highlighter yet because I want to hit this contour real quick again. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the story. I hope y'all enjoy that. Like I said, everything is already written in the book. It's not a big deal. It's an old story. Okay. And I just had to, you know, I'm telling the backstory so that y'all get a little bit more of just how the fight has been to get here. Okay. It has been quite the ride. Okay. It hasn't been easy at all. Okay. So even if it looks easy, it's not easy. Hold on. Trying to get down. What time is it? Ooh, 10:04. So just keep going. Like if you whether you're trying to have a kid, like I said, just make sure before you have that child. Like I said, it's not even a part of having the child. It's about still, my biggest thing was, you know, being great. Like wanting to be greater than, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to be not the typical, you know, like I could have been quiet and sat down somewhere and like I said, been taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's been on the table a couple times. Yeah, but I never wanted to settle because I know what I want out of life. I know what, you know, I want the whole thing. I don't just want, you know, I never even wanted someone who had just a title. Like, I never wanted someone who, you know, like, oh, you just sit down and just be or do nothing. I feel like I would retire now. But I never wanted to be the person that just stood behind somebody else's name. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I could just use a blender, right? I know. But the heat from my finger gonna melt it all faster. Okay, period. But anyway, just be like I said, just make sure, just like I said on my Sunday message, make sure you got you so that you can have your kids in case nobody got y'all. Because like I said, I call myself a single mother for a reason. And it ain't no flex, okay? There's nothing cute or braggadocious about doing this alone. But don't let somebody feel like just because you made a mistake. I love it that, for me, I love it that my mistake was me. You know how some people misjudge you and they make you out to be a bad person and they misjudge you that way. I love it that my misjudgment was me thinking somebody was really better. Like because I believe that God can change us. Like, and we can really turn our life around. Like, there is something called redemption. There is something being like called salvation. And if a person wants it, they're gonna have it. Okay. But I never realized that somebody would go so far. And that's a whole nother thing, as we'll get into it, as far as like, you know, where my faith is. You know, like I said on one of my videos and one of my on my other channel, I don't call myself a Christian, but if I did use the term, I would call myself a spiritual Christian, but I still don't use the term. I don't, you know, I just don't, I don't know. Like I've gotten to a point where I don't label myself because I believe in the workings of Jesus Christ, right? But the people, some of the people, okay, it's not everybody, okay? But I feel like there is something where I feel like I know my purpose is to bridge the gap, okay? From people feeling, and it's for all, and I'm talking about with religion and spirituality, to bridge the gap. Because at the time that I was going through all of this with my baby father, I've always been like gifted, and I've always loved astrology. I've always been that person. You know what I'm saying? So that never was, but there was never any like, as far as like what I do for now, like now for a living, where I am in life, like the growth that I've had. But all of what happened was just to show me, God had to show me, like, you can't be out here and be oblivious, my daughter. Huh? Just because they at church every Sunday, because the father of my child is a pastor's child. His mom is a pastor. His dad is an apostle. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was to the point where God was just saying, like, do not let their title fool you, my child. I don't care. That does not make them good people. There's a lot of people in my houses that ain't doing what they supposed to do, my love. And I love you. But now you got to learn the harsh lesson. And that's what I've been doing. And I feel like he's very proud. I would never jeopardize my relationship with God, my Father. That's my belief. The same thing Jesus believed, that's my belief. Oh, you're not the son of God? Well, I'm the daughter of God, so call me what you want. You feel me? So that's just where I'm at. And it's that simple. I don't talk down on nobody else's whatever they want to do. And whatever like I said, I really don't care. And it's nobody, your personal relationship with God is yours. Everybody's ain't the same. There's levels to it. You feel me? But I would never jeopardize my relationship with my Father, the Most High, for anybody. There's no amount of money that would make me give up what I believe. There's no amount of money that would make me not be able to take me away from my like to jeopardize my freedom, to take me away from my children. And I tell God that all the time. I can't go nowhere. Here's the thing that we talk about. I can't go nowhere because I'm going to raise my kids. And until it gets to a point where life is so comfortable, where I'm comfortable leaving them behind, I'm not going anywhere. And that's just where we at with it. Okay? So that's just something that I told God. I said, my children are not a sacrifice. They would not be a sacrifice. And if anybody trying to use them as a sacrifice or a pawn, he already know. Well, my daughter already told me, ain't nobody raising her kids but her. So, and she willing to tough it out and do it, because she has been doing it. Hold on. I used to work with this one girl. I'm telling you, when I tell y'all, she used to go to town with these setting sprays at the makeup counter. Baby, she would still be spraying right now. I'm talking about her whole face would be like she done just got in the pool. But baby, her makeup it'll stay all day. This just a Morphe luminous setting spray. Okay. But anyway, she already told me. And I've already seen, because like I said, I've raised my kids, like, besides like some short-term dating here and there, like, I would never, like, if I don't see it, like, no, I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. You're either going to make my life not easier, but you're definitely not gonna make it harder. Like if I gotta date somebody, like if I'm seeing somebody and you make my life easier and I already got 2 kids, I mean harder and I already got 2 kids, I'm not that person. I'm telling you, I feel like I've already went through one of the toughest periods of my life. And it's still tough. But, you can still you gotta work. Okay? But anyway, this has been a nice chat with you guys. Okay? Make sure you put me give me a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe to the channel. This was just you getting to know me. Purchase the book, like I said. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble. It's called The Book About Nothing. Okay, it was released on 4/20. Yes, 4/20. 4/20 of 2018. Yeah. So, and it really is good. It's very moving. It's mixed reviews on it. It may trigger some people, like as far as like, wow, like son of a, because I've gotten mixed reviews on it. People can't believe it. Like, what? No. But it's like I said, you take the mistakes that you make in life, you apply the lessons that you've learned into what it is that you're being called to do. But see, I went through my first known spiritual awakening when I was pregnant with my daughter. Like the second time, oh, that one stung. It hurt really bad. You know what I'm saying? It hurt really bad, me going through, because my son was 1. He was 1. He actually, the day I checked out from the hospital, my son turned 2 years old. I was leaving the hospital with my daughter from giving birth, and it was his birthday. I couldn't even do anything for him, his second birthday. So we just went home from the hospital, and it's been me and my kids since day one. Like, seriously. It's been me and my kids since day one. We went home from the hospital as a 3-piece, and it's still us as a 3-piece. Okay? And that's just where we at with life. And if it's just us, I'm okay with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm all right with that. And I feel like that's something that I had to realize, like, and it's not even that I had to realize it, like, and that's part of the reason why I stopped dating, because I just don't even have time to waste. I'd rather put all my energy into what I'm creating, what I'm doing. Because I can guarantee my return. You see what I'm saying? I can't guarantee somebody else's. So it's not me having lack of faith in other people. It's just I see where I'm going, and only thing I need right now is the faith. Like someone to see the same faith that I have in myself and have that same faith, and we apply that same motivation, that same inspiration, that same, tunnel vision to what we're trying to have as a unit. If they were coming to join me, not them trying to change my path, not them trying to live out their wildest dreams because now they have me, and and it's like, oh, well, I want to take these different paths and routes in life. Stick beside me. I want to like now I was just I don't know. I just sold cars, and then I want to go be a rocket scientist. So stick beside me let's go on my path of me going to school for 20 years. And I'm out of that place. I need somebody who's already at their place, at least to a certain point, to where where you're going in life. Where you're going in life. Like, I'm not going to be the one to, you see what I'm saying? Because I've already carried such a heavy load. So, like I said, if that's me compromising partnership, because because I already have such a heavy load that I already chose for myself years ago, and although it was a lie and although it was a facade, it still doesn't change the fact. Look at me, I'm telling you, my allergies will start up, honey. But just because it was a facade and I ended up having to have more responsibility and more of a load, than I want. Like if that was my compromise, my trade-off was not having a family, then I just want to make sure that me and my kids have the best possible upbringing without outside. Like, I just want to make sure they're safe, they're healthy, their environments are good, they're getting their good, they're getting their lessons, they're learning what they need to know in life, and they're going to know all of the extra things that they need to know in life because I'm going to teach it to them. And I'm okay with that. So if it's not someone coming into my life because you have something to not only teach me, but to teach my kids, and it's going to be something that's beneficial for all of us. And, it's not me just benefiting you as my mate, but it's you benefiting us. Like, it's something like that. Or benefiting me because I got me and my kids. I done had me and my kids. You feel me? And like I said, my biggest thing has always been without me, ain't no soul selling over here. Okay? And that's the only reason why I'm not in this big, lavish, such and such, doing my thing with me and my kids. But my values and my morals, my beliefs mean a lot to me. And like I said, I would never jeopardize the connection that I have to my Father, God. Okay, so anyway, I've enjoyed this. I gotta go, okay, because I got so much to do. And I'm excited. It's been nice. So share the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Bye.